Spirit guide message. The most important thing for all of you to know is that even though this time feels as if it's chaotic, even though it feels as if things are falling apart, even though you see so much hatred and so much pain on the planet, the reason all of that is happening is because it is the transition that Michele spoke about earlier. It is actually a time of transcendence and moving into higher ascendance. And because humans are leaving so many of the old patterns and the old recordings, the old belief systems behind, it looks chaotic, it feels chaotic, it seems as if the world is falling apart. The hatred is unbearable, and it is how people are so depressed, and people are having such a difficult time dealing with life, simply doing daily tasks. And the reason for this, the reason everything is falling apart, and it is falling apart, it is true, it is falling apart, is because it has to be dismantled. There's no possible way for humanity to move into the new earth. There's no possible way for humanity to move into a different way of being, a higher transcendence, a higher ascending dimension, until everything falls apart. It is as if, we will give you the example of when you are moving from one house to another, you have to take apart everything in the old house, and it's a big mess. You have boxes everywhere, you have piles of books, and you have all your dishes, and it's such a mess, and it's so difficult. Everyone who has moved has looked at their mess and said, oh my God, I have too much stuff. What do I do with all this stuff? And you want to give some of it away, and you want to trash some of it, and you want to pack some of it, and you choose the most important things. And that is exactly the analogy for what humanity is doing. We are pulling everything out of the closet. Everything in humanity is being pulled out of the closet for us to face, for humans to face. We have to look at all the crap before we can decide what needs to be released, what needs to go away, what needs to be junked, and what needs to be kept. And so humans are examining themselves. Humans are truly looking at every single aspect of what the arc of humanity has been since the beginning of humanity, and saying, what do we keep and what do we get rid of? And that is why you feel so much chaos in your life. That is why so many health issues, so many mental issues, so many factors in your life that have affected you. It's because change is needed. Change is necessary. The only way for change to happen is for the old to be prominent, and then saying, out, away with you. It has to be right in front of your faces. Humans need to face their shit, literally. And until it's faced, you can't get rid of it. You can't do anything with it. You can't make a decision. What do I do with this? And that is why it looks as if the planet is falling apart and there is chaos. But have hope, have faith, stay in the light, because this too shall pass. Within the next 10 years, we've been speaking about the last 10 years, within the next 10 years, you will absolutely see changes starting to occur. You are seeing them now. One of the things that has cropped up in humanity is kindness. Humans, so many humans are finding ways to be kind to others, no matter what. And with so many issues with mental health, people are going to find more and more and more ways to help those. Because if everybody has a problem on the planet, we can't say, well, you've got the problem. What we have to say is, wow, there's problems everywhere. We all have that issue. And it's time for us to allow all of us to be vulnerable and to show our stuff, and then to help each other heal. And that is where we are going. That is where the human race is going. It's not going to happen overnight, and it is going to happen. So have faith, hold yourself at a higher vibrational level, and do everything you can to lift yourself up. If you need a lot of tools, meditation, music, exercise, whatever you need, whatever teacher you need, whatever Zoom you have to get on, whatever YouTube you have to listen to, whatever music makes you feel good, do everything you can to find the thing that lifts you up. As Barbara said, laughter is good. Laughter helps lift you up. Do everything you can to lift yourself up. This is the most important tool that you have. Find something to lift your energy, whatever it is. Whenever it isn't working, then find something, a friend, a loved one, something to help you lift it up. Because when the spiral's going downward, we're dragging our planet and humanity down. And when the spiral is moving up, we are lifting it up. It is your job. You are here to lift it up. And you can look at yourself and say, am I lifting it up or am I bringing it down? And so each of us has the job of finding a way to lift it up, lift yourself up, lift someone else up. That is our message. That is the message. Find a way to stay in high vibration. That is why Michele does what she does. Thank you. Thank you. There was a time in my life, thank you to the spirit guides for that message. When they start talking, I hear it, but it's not me. I'm downloading. I'm just the channel. So I kind of knew they told me what they were going to say, but when they start talking, that's what comes out. So, I mean, that isn't something I planned. So, there was a time in my life, I don't know, in the 80s and 90s when I was very depressed. I had a very unhappy life and it wasn't working for me. And one of the things I used to do because I felt so depressed, I thought, well, I have to help somebody else. And that's when I started feeding homeless people, which we still do to this day. Eliyahu and I have a caring project where we bring sleeping bags and tents and food and jackets to homeless people. And I've been doing that all these years because when I was depressed, the one thing I could do to help myself feel better was to help somebody else who was worse off than me. So just wanted to use that as an example of something that can be done. There's always something you can do to lift somebody else up, or if you are not feeling good. So what